Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our program of movie music. The concert band has begun with a selection from 1975 movie, The Great Waldo Pepper. Composer Henry Mancini was born in Ohio and went to Hollywood and began writing for films in 1953. By 1954, he was scoring 16 films a year. Many of them were those B-movie classics like The Creature from the Black Lagoon and Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. Now he is probably most famous for the music that he wrote in 1963 for the movie The Pink Panther. He won the Academy Award for the song that was The Days in Wine and Roses, and also for the film scores for Breakfast at Tiffany's and Victor Victoria. Now we're going to move to some more contemporary sound, and this is from the Twilight Saga. And Christina Perri had quite a big hit with this theme music, and it's an unusual for a popular hit because it's in triple meter. Here's 1,000 Years. Films made at the beginning of the 20th century were called silent movies. but they were usually performed with live music. And in 1915, John Philip Sousa wrote a 3-movement piece that described various familiar scenes that you would find in the silent movies. Now, he never programmed it completely with his band, only playing the 3rd movement. And then in 1922, he published it. And I want to read you the promo materials that the publisher in 1922 said about this. In this, his latest work in larger form, originally conceived and written for band, John Philip Sousa, acknowledged master of everything pertaining to bands and band music, has produced still another work of individual and highly original character. In accordance with his own ideas, these scenarios for cinematographers constitute an effort on his part through music to elucidate to the cinematographer what is usually done by the written word. They don't write descriptions like that anymore. We're going to perform the 2nd movement. And here's what the publisher said. The 2nd number essays the harrowing story of the crafty villain and the timid maid. The timid maid's pleading and the crafty villain's bombast being in evidence throughout the number. Begins with a brief introduction, which includes music that represents the villain and the maiden. And then the first big melody that you hear starts in the oboe and is carried primarily by the woodwinds. The 2nd melody, which is has a little more motion, it begins in the baritone horns and is carried mainly by the brass. And then in a brilliant bit of writing, Sousa has melody number 1 and melody number 2 played at the same time. And then there is a concluding section, an ending, which is about the same length as the beginning, same content, giving the piece a sense of balance and symmetry. So here's the 2nd movement of At the Movies.
Thank you.